Oh my God, John Lowe.
Growth doesn't always happen in the loudest moments. It often unfolds in the quiet spaces, where the world slows down and nature speaks. Out here, I'm reminded that stillness is not emptiness. It's where transformation begins. Gratitude rises in these moments, the kind that doesn't need words, only awareness. Awareness of the breeze against my skin, the rhythm of my breath, the way light dances through the trees. These are the gifts we miss when we move too fast. Nature teaches me patience. It reminds me that growth is not forced, but nurtured. That peace is not something we chase, but something we discover. We choose to simply be. Here, I am learning to let go of the weight I don't need to carry. And in every step forward, I find a deeper sense of who I'm becoming. Not defined by noise or speed, but by presence, gratitude, and peace. Out here, in the quiet, I am not just growing, I am becoming whole.
All right, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see me, but we out in the elements today. We at the park with it. This is actually one of my favorite parks, man, because I come out here, go for walks, come out here, just chill, sit, think, brainstorm, strategize. I get some of my best thinking sessions here when I'm going for walks and I'm just in the element, you know what I mean, in nature, letting the sun touch my skin. I got my hat on right now, but you know, still getting some vitamin D here, still getting some vitamin D in, you know, by being outside, man. And that's what we need. It's a mood booster. You know what I mean? Sometimes we need a mood boost. And lately, I've been feeling really good lately. I feel like I'm in a great space. I feel like things are going really, really well in my life. But the crazy thing is, I guess it's where we come from and the things we've experienced, man. But sometimes when things are going really, really well, it's almost like you're preparing yourself for things to go wrong. And I feel like that's been in the back of my mind over, you know, the past couple of weeks or whatever. I feel like I've just been preparing myself for things to take a turn. And you know, that's not the right way to go about life. Like, obviously things are going to happen, things are going to take place that, you know, get you out of your zone and cause you to make adjustments and causes you to you know, maybe experience some discomfort and things like that. But I don't think we should necessarily go through life expecting things to take a turn for the worse. You know what I mean? That's not ideal. However, lately I've been feeling like I'm preparing myself for something to go wrong. Now, granted, there's a lot happening in my life right now in regards to family and friends, you know, where I understand why that may be the thought process. You know, I got some family members that are near and dear to my heart, like, you know, some super, super close family members that are dealing with some health stuff. And, you know, it's scary. It's scary. Scary times for sure. But, you know, I've always been the type of person that, but, you know, I've always been the type of person, I have the utmost faith in my God. I have the utmost confidence in my God and his abilities and what he's capable of doing. And I know everything's gonna be all right, so I'm not tripping too hard. But I felt like it was important for me to get out today and just kind of allow myself to recenter and to refocus my thoughts on some more positive things, man. Because for whatever reason, I feel like, the enemy is trying to play on what's actually taking place in my life right now. And there's some amazing things taking place, but, there's a lot of uncertainty too. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel really good though. Despite all that, I feel really, really good. I feel like, business-wise, things have been great. Things have been amazing. Obviously, it's tough, running a business. It's tough building brands. It's tough, trying to take your ideas and bring them into reality. However, it's the most rewarding thing ever, because when your plans actually work out and things actually work out for you the way you saw it, it's a beautiful thing for sure. And right now, I feel like I'm in such a healthy space, just as it relates to business and as it relates to my creativity. And I'm very thankful for the space that I'm in. Very, very thankful, very grateful. I'm in a constant state of gratitude, And that's why it's important to just recenter yourself, because sometimes you got to remind yourself how blessed you are. Sometimes you got to remind yourself how good you got it, That's why I'm out in the elements today, because this helps me stay centered, helps me stay grounded, This is like a reality check for me. Whether I'm high, super, super high up, or whether I'm super, super low, this always puts me right where I need to be. Always helps me recenter. So I love being outside, in the elements, in nature, because I feel like this is godliness. This is godliness. Seeing these colors, feeling that air, being around other people, and even though I'm not talking to anybody right now, just walking past people, feeling their energy, cracking a smile, allowing them to feel my energy, it helps. I feel like this is why nature was created, I feel like this is the purpose of it. This is the purpose of trees. This is the purpose of the grass. This is the purpose of, these things. And I'm thankful, very, very thankful. I feel very blessed to be in the position that I'm in, I can't state that enough. Very blessed. Very, very blessed. And I just want to keep being a blessing to others. That's why I work as hard as I do. Because I want to just continue to serve, continue to pour into others, and see things past my own point of view. I think it's important. So we outside today. I'm actually taking a few days off from the studio, just to kind of pour into some other areas of life. I'll be there later in a week, in a couple days, because there's some changes happening. Some, not changes, but more so additions. Some additions happening to the studio. So I'm actually excited about that. I'm happy about that, because it just adds to the energy in the studio. So I'm looking forward to that, to having the opportunity to just add to it, so that when people step in there, they just feel a little more. I don't know exactly what they're feeling, but they're just feeling a little more of it. You know what I mean? So I want to make it more welcoming, more intimate, because one thing I do realize is that a lot of my clients, they feel more. I notice that they're just happier. They're happier once they step into the studio and we get the work in, and they just feel the vibe, right? Because it's such an intimate space. It's not the biggest space, but it's big enough just for me to connect with my clients on a deeper level, And I love that. I wish I could do that every day. I wish I could spend every single day, all day in the studio. But I can't, because there's still other responsibilities. There's still other things that require my attention, that require time and my services. And I'm okay with that. That's why I just make sure to make the best of the studio every time I'm in there, because I know I'm blessed to have that space. So I try to make the best of it. I try to pour nothing but love and positivity into that space, and so it can keep growing, so that the business can keep growing, I can keep growing, my clients. So I'm actually excited about that. I know one day we're gonna outgrow that space and have to move on and move forward from it. But that's not something I'm really worried about right now, because I know that in due time, God will make a way, and he'll make sure that where we go next is filled with just as much love and just as much positivity and creativity as this current space. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to finishing out the year strong, business wise. Yeah, it's been an amazing year. Last year was a great year. Every year is a great year for me, to be honest. Every year is a great year, but this year, just from a business standpoint, this is one of the best years that I've ever had. Just because there's been a constant influx of business, and new business at that. I've had a lot of returning clients. I've had a lot of new clients come to me. And I've been noticing that God has he's been doing his thing, man. He's been taking care of me. There hasn't been a month where it's been slow. It's been consistent. It's been allowing me to handle my responsibilities, take care of my daughter. And, at the end of the day, that's all I can really ask for. That's all I can ask for. Just the opportunity to, take care of the things I need to take care of, but also the opportunity to be a positive impact in other people's lives. So that's what I'm on, y'all. That's what I'm on. That's where we at with it. I'm in a space of just wanting to give more, wanting to be more of service, and wanting to pour into others more. So I know God gonna keep making a way. And you know what I'm gonna do? When he keeps making a way for me, I'm gonna keep making a way for others. I'm gonna keep lighting the path. I'm gonna keep pulling people up. So many things I want to do for my family, my friends, my community. That's actually a huge goal of mine going into the end of the year. Just finding a way to be more involved in my community, to be more involved, to just do more, to have more of a presence in the community, have more of a positive impact. Because one of the gifts that I do have is the ability to connect with people, the ability to connect with others, the ability to inspire others. And yeah, that's just something I want to tap into more. Something I want to let me go this way. But yeah, something I want to tap into more, something I want to a skill, a gift, actually, not a skill, a gift. I guess it is a skill too, because I guess you can learn how to do that also. But I want to keep developing that. You know what I mean? So we got some exciting stuff coming up this week. We'll be in the studio, upgrading the studio a little bit. Then towards the end of the week, I'm actually going to go and photograph a good friend of mine's. I'm gonna photograph her back to school drive that she does every year. It's an annual drive. it's her way, her foundation's way of giving back to the community. So I'm proud. You know, I was there for the very first one, and I think one more after that. But this is the first time that I'm actually going to be there doing some photography work. So I'm actually really, really happy and excited about that, because it allows me to do what I just spoke about, and allows me to connect with the community in that way and give back. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to that. That's towards the end of the week. So I'll bring you guys along with me so that you can see that, and you know, yeah. But as for now, we're just out here enjoying this nice walk. I'm probably gonna do this. This is a huge park, I'm probably gonna do a few laps around and kind of, you know, honestly, I may not even be out here by laps. I think it's gonna be more of a time thing, because this is good cardio. It's good cardio, and this park is beautiful, beautiful park. So I would tap back in with you guys. I'm gonna put these headphones on, listen to my devotional, maybe a little music, and I'll tap in with you guys once we get back to the car and on to the next stop. All right, guys, we are in the studio, and I know I said we were not going to be, and I was halfway telling the truth, because we actually are not shooting at least for about another five days. So in that time, we're actually just making some additions and doing a few things to the studio, just to, you know, add to the vibe a little bit. I ordered a bunch of canvases to put on these walls around here. 2 of them came in, so we're actually going to put those up today. I'm excited about that, because they are pictures of 2 of my really good friends, pictures that I took. One was on location. I think the other one I took in this studio. And you guys actually saw one of these photos be taken. So I'm actually excited to put those up, add to the vibe a bit, you know. And I got a few more coming. And, 2 other things I'm actually excited about that I'll show you as well. I picked up one of these things. It's a Febreze, I guess, diffuser or plug scent booster. And I normally do a really good job at making sure the studio smells amazing, right? I use room scents, like room sprays and whatnot. I use candles. I normally match the spray to the candle, and I use both simultaneously, so that when my clients come in here, they feel good about the space. They feel right at home. You know, the scent normally disarms them, makes them comfortable, gets them in the zone that they need to be in, so that we can produce the best photos that we can possibly get. So I normally prioritize that. I'm really big on scents. So I normally prioritize that, because I want the best experience for my clients when they come here. However, I need something that's going to keep this place smelling nice and fresh all the time, like even when I'm not here. Because when I walk in, being that it's the summertime and it's hot outside and whatnot, when I walk in, I don't keep the AC on when I'm not here. So when I walk in and it's hot, sometimes it doesn't smell bad, like really bad or anything. It doesn't smell bad at all. It's just that, you know how a room sometimes will get that, like, especially a room that has carpet. Now, I was going to redo these floors when I first took over the space. But at the time, I just got tired of doing renovations. And I'm like, yo, I just want to get to work. So let me put that on pause for now. Let me just get to work. Eventually, will it probably get done? Maybe, maybe not. I've kind of gotten used to the carpet being down. And it doesn't bother the guests at all. It doesn't affect them at all. So we probably just keep it. We might just keep it. I don't even know when I would have time to actually do it. And it's not a super huge studio or anything like that. So it's not like it would take forever to do. I could get that done in a matter of a couple hours. It's just that I really don't have too much time to really put into that. And it's not a priority, because I had the time. It's just not a priority, to be honest. So yeah, I got the Febreze scent booster, because I need this place just smelling good all the time. I want to walk into this place smelling amazing. So We're going to check that out. We're going to see if we like it. If we don't like it, it's out of here. It's out of here. I might punt that shit back to Target, to be honest. And then another thing I'm really, really excited about, because we are focusing on adding the art element to the studio just to make it more artistic and more just vibey. I'm going to finally hang, I don't even know if you guys can see it. I'm going to finally hang this painting that was gifted to me by someone I consider a really good friend. She and I are actually not on the best of terms right now, and it makes me sad. I'm not gonna lie. If you're watching this, I want you to know it does make me sad that we are not on the best terms. However, this was gifted to me for my last birthday, and I love this painting. I'll show it to you in a second. I love this painting because this painting to me signifies. I said symbolize. What the fuck? This painting to me symbolizes parallel universes, which is something I take a lot of interest in. And when she gifted me this, it was something that she just created. It wasn't, when I spoke to her about it and I actually like had a conversation with her about like the artistic direction behind the painting, it was something that she just did. She didn't really, she just kind of let, the brush take its way and do its thing. And when she gifted me this, I immediately felt the connection to it. And it's one of the best gifts I've ever received. I'm very, very proud of this painting. And, to me, it symbolizes parallel universes, which is funny because I actually think that in itself kind of symbolizes the relationship that she and I actually have, because we're always like, we're super, super close. However, we're just always on different pages. And, as you get older, sometimes it's not always as easy to correct those things in friendships. So, it happens sometimes. But however, like I said, baby girl, if you're watching this, I love this painting. Absolutely love this. And I'm very appreciative of this. And I want you to know that this is like one of my favorite things that I own. And I can't wait to hang it up. Oh, shit. Yo, this is hard. This is hard. This is hard. This is crazy. Let me put the knife down. This is crazy. I got a little sneak peek, and this is crazy. Let's see. Ooh. Nah, this is tough. Hold on, y'all can't see it yet. All right, family. So I got both of the canvases unboxed, and before we hang them up, and before I show you where they're gonna go, I just wanted to give you a little backstory as to why I chose these photos. So the first one, that's actually from the session that you guys saw on episode 1 of The Life and Times of IAMKINGJA, right? And that was with Air Jordan. It was episode 1, that very first session that you guys saw. And we got a lot of amazing photos out of that session. He actually ended up using one of the photos for one of his EPs. So I was very proud of that. That's always a good feeling when your client, uses the photos for like other things that may not have been intended for the shoot. It just lets you know that they enjoyed the shoot. They enjoyed the results of your session. So I'm proud of that. This photo that I chose is one of my favorite photos from that session. And the reason I chose a photo from that particular session is because that was the session that, was featured in the first episode. It helped kind of launch the vlog series, this vlog series that you guys are watching now. And it kind of, I know that every time I look at that photo, it's going to remind me of the fact that I accepted the challenge of building a YouTube and the challenge of like, uh, really committing myself to the grind of being consistent with YouTube and building it from the ground up. And right now, at this very moment, this channel has less than like 20 followers. And most people would be like, oh, why am I not growing? Why am I not growing? And for me, it doesn't bother me. Like, I actually feel really good about the fact that, this channel is slowly growing. Because guess what? At one point, it only had 2 subscribers. It didn't have, it's not like I jumped out the gate and had a million subscribers or 100,000 subscribers or anything like that. One day we'll get there. I'm sure we will. I know for a fact we will. But for right now, it's a slow grind. We're building this thing slowly but surely. And I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of the fact that this particular photo is going to remind me of that. Every time I look at it in the studio, it's super clean. I actually need to maybe order some lights to go above it so that when I have the lights dimmed here or when I'm shooting or something like that, those photos could be illuminated. Or if I'm just in here, I'm editing, I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I can have those photos lit up in the background and everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting these walls together. But I want to show you guys this photo. Super clean, super clean. I'm very proud of it. Like I said, this is my very first time having my actual art on a canvas. I've been doing photography for a while, well over a decade, and this is the very first time I said, "Yo, let me put something on the canvas," because this is the first time I actually had like my own like space. Like, mind you, I've had apartments and everything like that in the past, and my plan was to actually put some of my artwork in my previous apartment, but I just never got around to doing it. So with the studio, I knew for a fact, like, yo, I'm gonna put up some of this stuff because if it's not here, then where? You know what I mean? I want clients to walk in and see the art, from other sessions, from outside of the studio, whether that's landscape, whether that's whatever. I just want them to see it. So we're gonna fill up these walls, man. We're gonna make this spot super dope. We're gonna make it very aesthetically pleasing to me, and I just pray that you guys like it. But even if you don't, it's okay because it's my studio. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna show you this first photo, and you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not sure if you saw this actual photo in the vlog, but this is one of the photos from that session with Air Jordan. And like I told you in that episode, like, Air Jordan is one of my good brothers. He's one of the friends that I've met through our shared love of creativity and art, and we've been rocking out for about 12 years now. So I'm very, 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 very happy with the turnout of this, and I'm looking forward to actually, like, for him coming in the studio and seeing this up. I think it's gonna be dope. So here's the first photo. I'll show you guys. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's one of my favorite photos from that session. This came out super clean. I like the polish on it. I like the shine on it. I think it's gonna look really good once I have that light sitting above it. And yeah. So I hope you guys can see this well. There we go. I think that might be the sweet spot right there. So this is photo number 1. I got a couple more coming, but this is number 1. One of the first out of the first 2 that arrived. I'm going to show you the second one right now. So, before I show you this photo, right? Before I show you this one, let me give some backstory. I try not to be long-winded, right? This person is someone that I'm really, really close to, really good friend of mine. She's a very genuine person, very amazing person. She actually got some work done in the studio previously. But I don't think you guys saw her in the vlog. You actually saw her last episode for a split second. for a split second, she was doing my nails. I don't know if you guys peeped that part of the episode, but she was doing my manicure and pedicure. And this is my homegirl, Rosa. She's such an amazing person. I love her so much. Like, I genuinely love this girl because she's such a sweet person. And this photo, well, before I get into the photo, let me just tell you, like, when I first met Rosa, we instantly just sparked. We instantly, like, had a great friendship chemistry. And she was one of the very first people that, like, believed in me and gave me the opportunity to photograph her on numerous occasions, gave me the opportunity to, like, explore my creativity. And we've always shown up for each other. We've always been there for each other no matter what was going on in our lives. And for that, I'm very, very grateful, very, very thankful. And I'm very, very proud of the fact that I get to have her photo, a photo that her and I created in my studio, because I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it word of the day symbolizes. I think it just has it symbolizes our friendship, right? And I'm very, very blessed to have these people in my life, to have people that allow me to just be artistic and you know, that support my vision. So this photo is from a session like years ago. It wasn't in studio, it was on location. We were actually by the waterfront, I think in Edgewater. Yeah, in Edgewater. And you won't see the skyline in the background because it's blurred out. But if you go on my Instagram page, this photo is actually on my Instagram page at IAMKINGJA. And it's one of my favorite photos. I love this photo. I love this photo. So without further ado, here is print number 2. This is like one of my favorite photos that I've ever taken. Like back here, it was during the daytime. It was during the fall, which is my favorite season. It was during the fall, nice fall day. And it was actually myself, Rosa, and a friend of hers, a nice young lady. I believe her name's Diana. And we were out there shooting because they were actually preparing to do a soft launch for an accessory brand that they were working on. So these are some of the pieces here that we were displaying. And I snapped this photo, and when I looked back at the playback, I instantly knew that this was a photo that I would always showcase because I love the way it came out. I love the colors. I wish you guys, had I done it horizontally, you guys would have been able to see the skyline in the background. But I didn't do it horizontally, and we did a vertical print. And I'm super proud of this. I love this photo. So shout out to you, Rosa. You have made it to the Studio Hall of Fame. You and my good brother, Air Jordan. Y'all made it to the Studio Hall of Fame. Y'all will be on the wall. And I'm excited for all the other people that's going to be on the wall as well. So we're going to hang these up. All right, y'all. So the canvases have been hung. They are in place. These are fire, yo. These are fire. I'm proud of these. Super proud of these. And the crazy thing is, I think I got the alignment down pat. I didn't even measure anything. I just kind of eyeballed it. And I think they're perfectly aligned. I could be wrong. Maybe I see something I don't. But these are clean. These are clean. I'm super proud of these. Super proud of these. If you're watching this and you from the Jersey area, man, let's get together. If you from the tri-state area, if you from anywhere, let's get together. Whether that's you coming to me, whether that's me coming to you, let's get together. Let's get something done. Let's get something done. Let's create some magic so I can put you guys on the wall too. If you're feeling these, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling these. Let me know what you think. Because I love it. I love them. First time for everything. So now that the paintings are hung, I feel really good. I feel really good. I feel like it gives me an idea of the direction I want to take this place, because now I can actually see the canvas is up, and now I kind of see where I want to put some more. I actually made a decision on the Parallel Universes painting, and I think I'm not going to hang it up. I think that it's actually going to stay right over here by the canvases. But so the canvases is there. We got the plants and everything to kind of help with the vibe. But I think I'm going to leave the Parallel Universes painting right as like just the artwork that sits on that little side table right there, where we have the speaker, we have the scent booster, our candle and everything. So I think that table is going to stay in this area. And I think that painting is going to sit right there. Because to be honest, the way this studio is, the way the walls are and the way it's kind of designed, there's no until because maybe it'll go on this wall once I start putting the blue wall. Maybe it'll go on the blue wall once I start putting like frames and everything and other stuff up there. Then it'll probably look good up there. But as of right now, anywhere I put it is not going to look ideal, only because these walls are big walls. There's a lot of open space on these walls. So that painting being so small is not going to look too good anywhere. So for right now, we're going to keep it on the side table until we start attacking that blue wall. And who knows, maybe it'll stay on that side table, because, you know, that's a special painting. That painting is special to me. I love that painting. So I think it's going to stay right there for now. Once we start messing with that wall, then maybe it'll be like one of the centerpieces in the wall. Maybe that'll even be the theme of that wall, Parallel Universes. And maybe I'll work off that theme. But for now, yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. Damn, look how good those canvases look in the back. I'm telling you, once I add the lights over the top, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So yeah, we made some progress, man. I moved the full body mirror over here to the corner right next to the desk. I just kind of got it there for the time being. And I'm probably only going to pull that out when clients come so they can see themselves, and it'll help with their posing and everything. So yeah, we made some progress today. Still some things to do, but it's okay. Right now it's actually after 9 p.m. But honestly, I don't know what time I'm going home. I think I'm gonna rock out for a little bit and just kind of hang out, play some music, light that candle, chill out. You know what I mean? Before I would have been drinking some wine right now. And I got wine in the wine. I don't know if you guys know, I got a little wine cooler over there. And right now it's like 3 bottles of wine in there. But because I'm just, you know, detoxing from the alcohol and everything else, like, and by everything else, I don't mean drugs. I don't take drugs. But yeah, right now we taking a break from alcohol and we just focusing on the grind. I feel like since I haven't been drinking, wine included, I feel like my mind is just so much sharper. I'm so much more like focused. I can like think clearly. And I've never been like a huge drinker. It's just that before I would come to the studio whenever I would edit, and I would have a nice glass of wine and I'll sit here and chill. And you guys seen me drinking here before. But now it's kind of like, all right, we're going to take a break. We're going to focus on health. We're going to focus on wellness. We're going to focus on business. We're going to focus on establishing some better relationships with other creatives. We're going to focus on family relationships. And we're just going to, you know, focus on the overall wellness aspect of life. So as much as I love a nice mixed cocktail, as much as I love a nice glass of Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet, as much as I love it, we ain't on that right now. And it's cool. It's cool because I feel so much better. So much better. So we just going to keep building on top of that. And I want to show you guys something. The crazy thing is, so, yeah, I remember we was at the park yesterday, right? We was at the park yesterday and I was telling you guys how much I love going to the park, how much I love just being in nature, and how it gives me the opportunity to think clearly and refocus and recenter myself. And it's crazy because I was in here eating today And as I was cleaning up, I went to the little table over there and I saw I had a fortune cookie. So I'm like, oh, let me toss this out or whatever. And as I was getting ready to toss it out, I decided like, nah, let me open it. So I open it and this is what it says. See if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll read it to you. It says, appreciate nature. It's a source of solace and inspiration. And I read that and I thought to myself, God, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for making that thought something tangible for me that I can actually, hold. You know what I mean? Thank you for that. So I thought that was interesting. God works in mysterious ways. Well, yeah, man, today was a good studio today. No shooting for the week, but we're just going to be here over the next couple of days, just, trying to make the studio better and just continuing to do some strategizing, some planning and things like that. And so, yeah, that's our night for the studio. I'm going to just kick back and chill. Maybe I'll tap back in with you guys before I head out. Maybe I won't. Maybe this will be the last time you see me in the studio for tonight. Maybe it won't. We'll see.
Oh my God, John Lowe.